So in this video we're going to talk about what I call rolling coverage. Rolling coverage is when you combine lateral motion with a transition to avoid one blocker and cover a different part of the track than where you started. A couple things to keep in mind when you do it. You want to avoid clockwise either on the blocker that you're moving around or on the jammer you're trying to catch. You want to end up facing forward again, and you want to end up plowing. So if you can imagine this is a blocker and they're screening because their jammer is coming up the outside. That would be basically the motion I'm talking about. Looking the other way, I'm sort of behind that blocker, I snap forward and around. If you note, I'm not trying to come all the way back to the same position I was. Instead, I'm covering slightly ahead. So here's a simple repetition in cone tail for this. You've got cones set up in a line 2 to 3 feet apart. If you have trouble with it and you're kicking the cones around, you can make them a little bit wider, so like 3 to 4 feet. But you want them to be fairly close together because this is simulating a pack that's standing fairly close together. And you're just going to go through, and you're going to start slightly behind a cone and end up slightly ahead of that cone, but not even with the cone ahead. So you always go from slightly behind to slightly in front. So what you're sort of doing with this is you're arcing your foot around, and so you're just describing like a circle, when really it needs to be more like a straight line, snap out into an arc. So think of it almost like hockey stop. Yeah, if you're coming here, you want to look and look.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah, so sight where you're going to land, because you're sort of like looping it. Yeah, you feel how that looked more or felt more under control?
That did feel more controlled.
Yeah.